Good morning. Today is Friday, December 1st, I think. And today is the likely day Wizards of the Coast will be announcing my ban. Insiders have told me it's at least a year, as long as 3 years, but I really don't know. I've had people from the inside who have claimed to have firsthand knowledge a lot, but since the very start of this, I have only asked that they enforce the rules evenly. I, of course, have no problem being banned. It doesn't affect me in any way. It doesn't stop me from making content unless they do something stupid like keep me out of GPs, which would be absurd since I've never had any incidents in my entire life attending more than 20 of these things. But the important thing to remember is that there are a lot of level-headed people. If you look at the overwhelming majority of this outrage, it lies on tiny outlets of Magic Twitter and Magic Reddit. I am very concerned about Wizards of the Coast allowing themselves to be weaponized for hate. We'll leave a link in the description below of a video that I think really summarizes the whole situation from somebody outside the Magic community, somebody who's looking at it with a fair eye. But I really think this is probably going to be the end of it. They'll ban me, there'll be a little bit of uproar, and then we can all just get back to life as normal. But one of the things that people often misunderstand about my fighting this is that it's never been about fighting a ban. I'm fine with it again. It's been about Wizards of the Coast evenly enforcing their rules and not picking and choosing sides, which in this case, should they follow through with a ban, is clearly the case. I'm also afraid of a world where, based on the evidence they've sent that I will share with all of you after the investigation, a player can be banned. I'll share you this. They sent me 11 images and 3 of them were literal Pepe memes. Left to right, middle, upside, up, down. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. Imagine that. 30% of their evidence against me is just me posting a meme of a cartoon frog. And this is a frightening precedent. The ban that would come down would, in order for it to be fairly enforced, Wizards of the Coast would now have to be the social media police. And based on the popularity of something as simple as Pepe, we'd be looking at worldwide Magic bans of 20,000 or more players. Just think about that. Let your take your emotions out of this, okay? Love me or hate me. You may find yourself in a position where you post a joke on Twitter or Facebook and people will weaponize that against you and expect Wizards to ban you. And make no mistake about it. If they ban me for posting memes on the internet or jokes they don't like, you're going to need to be very careful. People that are laughing and will rejoice this banning will undoubtedly become the future of more campaigns to ban them. If you don't think the thousands of people that disagree with this will be watching, and anytime you might post a joke that is maybe a little offensive or a meme that is then deemed unsavory 6 months later, you could be banned from playing a card game. I don't know how strongly I can stress that. There are a lot of people emotionally invested in this, and they think they're doing what is right and what is just, and banning me is some sort of victory. It's not. It's a huge defeat for every single Magic player in the entire world. I can't imagine what's going to happen in the future where everybody is under constant authoritarian rule to simply be allowed to play in something as simple as a pre-release or a Grand Prix. Somebody with absolutely no real world problems with anybody who posts a meme dubbed unsavory is going to be asked to be banned. And let me be very clear. I will be scrubbing everybody's social media content and be demanding Wizards of the Coast apply this rule evenly. And I don't think they're prepared to do that. I've only ever asked, it's not about right or wrong. I've only ever asked that they stay out of it. Can you imagine a multi-million-dollar company giving two shits about what people post on their personal Facebook or Twitter pages? I'm not Wizards of the Coast's employee. I am not endorsed by Wizards of the Coast. They do not pay me money. So why on earth do they think they can extend their own internal policies onto me? It's going to be easy to rejoice for my detractors and for my critics, but just remember, it won't be long and the shoe is going to be on the other foot and you're going to regret this. Now we're going to go through a little exercise that one of the things I enjoy the best. A lot of people look at me and they're like, damn, you're so stressed out. How are you laughing? Because hypocrisy is so hilarious to me. It is so thick in literally 100% of the people that have been speaking out against me in public. And the best disinfectant for this is a little bit of sunshine. So I'm going to show you, we're just going to shine a little light on some people that, you know, the problem is some people think they're better than other people. I'm standing here telling all of you, I'm not better than anybody. We're all equal. Why is that so radical? When I have huge members of the Magic the Gathering community signaling that they are morally superior not only to me, but the vast majority of you, I have a huge problem with that. And every one of these people have skeletons in their closet. I've had so many people sending me dirt on these people, and it's not because they don't like them. It's because of exactly what I said. The number one weakness, if somebody sticks their finger in your face and says that they're better than you, I can guarantee you they do not live up to those standards themselves. The professor, the Manosaurus, Erik Froelich, Athena, Evan Irwin, Aaron Campbell, not one of these people live up to their standards that they are expecting all of you and me to live up to. Whether you like me or hate me or somewhere in between, I'm about to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's start with some light fun. Here's Jeff Hoogland, who's been on basically a nonstop rant page to try to get me DCI banned over this. And you don't even have to look that far to see examples of, for example, him, he's well known. Here's the very first comment on the thread. I can tell you from personal experience that Jeff is worse than you and has ever been when it comes to bullying. He's had a differing opinion with him over a Magic card, demeaned me, and then blocked me. Well, that doesn't sound very non-toxic. I guess you're not better than me. Here we have, now remember, Jimmy Wong has also been leading the moral charge, saying I'm toxic and I need to go. You need only look at his Twitter feed to see how full of hypocrisy it is. But let's just take a look here. I had a follower tweet me the following. I just had one nutty professor sub show up at my door because he did not like my comment saying it free speech, and I said somewhere on YouTube. He figured out my house by knowing I had money, but did not think I had cameras and be armed. Sheriff showed up, arrested him, told me to have a good night, but now I have to go to court. But this guy's getting charged with trespassing and threats. He even threatened me in front of 2 deputies. Now, I don't necessarily have proof of this. This is what a subscriber direct messaged me about 30 minutes ago. I shared it, and look at Jimmy Wong chiming in and saying, wait, I must ask for proof. Now, Jimmy Wong did not ask for any proof when Christine Sprankle lied about suffering a sustained harassment campaign from me. Watch the Count Dankula video. Watch anybody else's video debunking this. He did not ask for proof. What he did was signal boost it, call me toxic, and lead a huge campaign against me online. Pretty hypocritical, Jimmy Wong. I suppose you also don't hold yourself to the same standards you hold everyone else. Now let's look at Jim Davis publicly tweeting out, just wanted to add my voice to the chorus. MTG headquarters is a toxic piece of shit, and it's deplorable that our community could drive someone as creative and positive a force as C. Sprankle away. The only thing worse than being an asshole is inciting others to be assholes too. Interesting. Jim Davis. I don't necessarily. I knew that name sounded familiar. Oh wait. Weren't you the guy that caused a boycott against Star City Games with your Wrong Think article about women in Magic? And you had to issue a formal apology? Looks like you went a little too far the other direction, Jim Davis, and you might be compensating for something. I guess yet another person expecting me and all of you to act a certain way while they don't hold themselves to the same standards. Erik Froelich, one needs only look at a few tweets from him. Shout out to M for putting her neck on the line to expose some of the worst people. So this is so low intellect, right? You attack the person and not their ideas. Erik Froelich is proving that right now. Proposing a worldwide MTG holiday on one day, hundreds of the most toxic people from local game stores around the world are collectively banned. Interesting. We have more signaling. More. This guy's been basically on a one-man. Oh, he is also the man that proposed a literal wrong think panel. You want to read something frightening? Read his idea about a wrong think panel ran by the Manosaurus and Tolarian Community College, who will be judge, jury, and executioner of community members. Think about that. Now, I don't care if you disagree or agree with me. Just think about the precedent this man is proposing. Oh, somebody sent me this. Let's see. I was backstage when Sigris, that's Mike Sigris, was playing against Jackson. And during the whole match, this is Erik Froelich, were insulting both play skill and the deck choice of Paul. Such comments included, "You must be an awful Magic player to put Nissa in your ramp deck," and worse. I personally left the area because I could not stand my friend being insulted by someone who is supposed to be a pillar of the Magic community. Straight after the game, you made a Twitter post directed at the play skill of Paul, followed up by this article. I don't think I can say strongly enough that shaming another person... Well, imagine my shock, Erik Froelich. Looks like we have another person expecting everyone else to live up to standards that they, in fact, do not live up to themselves. I can't tell you strong enough. I cannot emphasize strong enough. I didn't even have to look for this. The people who have put this case on me had to pour through tens of thousands of tweets across 3 different accounts to put it together. I didn't even have to look for this. Oh, Aaron Campbell. Here we have her saying, I have Athena retweeting Athena saying, I guess we're all going to put HQ on blast. He loves to make videos where he refers to me by my full legal name. Everybody knows your name. It's your handle. I don't understand. You're Erik Froelich's wife. Literally everyone knows this. This always results in a wave of harassment from his followers. I have had acquaintances from high school reach out and ask if I'm okay. This is interesting. I believe I've mentioned her maybe once, and I've never seen any evidence of any harassment, unlike what I've been posting. And again, this is terrible, a low-level intellect where you collectivize everyone and you excuse anyone of any individual responsibility. People make their own decisions. No matter how much I tell you to not do something, you do what you want to do. Imagine that. People have free will. And of course, Aaron leading the charge here. I have all his handles blocked and muted. The last time he kicked up a storm was back in April when I got a preview card. I didn't see a single tweet, but I knew it was bad when strangers emailed me. Well, pillar of the community, I wonder what we have here. Oh, is it you on a podcast?
Which I was proud of. I realized there were only
listen.
33 people, but still, for me to make top 8, I was pretty proud of myself. And until I actually started playing in the top 8, which led to me, telling my opponent to die in a fire and telling the judge he wasn't the boss of me. Yeah.
Is that an ideal outcome? I don't really know. Like, that's how I get down when I play.
Well, I suffer from some tilting issues.
Oh, imagine that. Pillar of the community, Erin Campbell, publicly admitting that she told somebody. Now, an important distinction is here. A lot of people who are outraged can't seem to make that. This is in real life. She looked someone in the eye and told them to die in a fire and then disrespected the judge and is laughing about doing it. Now, I think it's safe to say that if I were to say something like this in public to another player, we know how everyone would react. But not only was nothing done to Erin Campbell about this, and by the way, there are endless threads of similar experiences with her, including the man that owns my local game store being harassed by her at another tournament. I don't see anyone asking her to be banned. And of course, we have yet another person expecting me and all of you to live up to a set of standards that they themselves do not do. I mean, I could do this literally all day. I mean, I could go through every one of them and without even digging, show you that they are morally bankrupt. Here we have, I saved the best for last. Evan, I know you've been waiting for this because you know I know about you. You know I know your dirty past. And you are afraid. This is a man that went on a 26-part tweet rant about how toxic of a human I am, how a bad element I am in the game. He also went on, I don't know if you guys are hearing this when I play it, but let's try it anyway.
One of the things that I disagreed with the way that Boogie handled it was that I felt like he did both sides have points. And I don't think that's a thing.
Okay, so did you hear that? Evan Irwin said that he does not believe that there's two sides to any story. He is not interested in hearing anything else. This is a man who sat on a stream with Erin Campbell, whom we've already addressed, whom, by the way, several people said that she was sending lewd text messages to a married man in the Magic the Gathering community. I have the receipts for that, but I'd rather not post them, so I hope Aaron doesn't deny it because I'd really not have to. I really would really not like to post that. But these, again, are people that do not live up to their own moral standards. Now, Mr. Irwin, you know, and I know the truth about you. And I'm not going to get specific about it, but what I can say is you are one of the worst respecters of the woman on the planet. Okay? On the planet. If I treated women like you treated women, I'm pretty damn sure I wouldn't find myself on any high horses. I could do more, but why? I feel like I've made my point. Everyone is expecting you to live up to their moral standards when they themselves choose never to do it. Think for yourself. Take personal responsibility. These people want to rob you of any responsibility in life. I don't. And I hope that Wizards of the Coast doesn't do something stupid today. But if they do, everyone's going to know just how morally bankrupt these people are. Have a great day.